Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Welcome back to Art Before Breakfast. I've been really busy the last day. Been doing all sorts of stuff. Been having problems with my laptop. Well, the mouse, as you guys know, has been acting weird, and I think I might have fixed it. We'll see. We'll see today what happens. Turns out that thing, well, I did have the one button on that other mouse that if I hit that button, it would dump me out. But then when I got a different mouse, it was still, giving me fits. And I realized that it was my computer, not a mouse. So anyway, I messed with it last night and I think I got it fixed. I think I've got it fixed. Anybody here? It says there's one person in here. Who's sitting up in the bleachers? Oh, I need to find. There it is. Good morning, Leah. Haven't seen you in a little while. Good to see you back here. We're going to alter some photos today using a similar technique with what we did yesterday. And I was playing around with that yesterday. And holy cow, I came up with some cool stuff. So we're going to do that. Oh, okay. Okay. I can't keep track of who all is on vacation. A lot of people going on vacation, but it's summertime. Can always tell when summertime hits traveling back home today. Okay. I can always tell my views go down a bit in the summertime. I don't get as many people watching because, everybody's on vacation. So I got my replacement camera yesterday. You know, all the fiasco with my camera and how it used to squeak or give that duck noise when I had it on autofocus. Well, I called them up and they sent me a replacement camera because that one I had wasn't very old. And the replacement camera they sent was like a lesser model. It wasn't a current model. So I called them up and I was like, there's not a plug-in on this thing for me to plug in an external mic. So it's just not the same camera. And so they looked it up and they said, yeah, you're right. You didn't get the right camera. So they sent me a sticker, a label to send back the first one they sent me. And now they just sent me the right one. So let me know today if you hear that kind of duck noise when it, like if I bring this up and it, does the autofocus thing. Are you hearing that duck noise again? Let me know as we go throughout the day. So let me show you what I was working on last night. I have these books and I really like them, but I never think to go in them. I mean, when I'm doing Marguerite Miller, I'll flip through looking for specific images. But other than that, like when I'm just doing regular old collage, oh, good. I don't think to pull these out. So what I'm doing, or what I've been doing, and I did the butterflies already, is I take the images. These are all ones that I fussy cut last night. This is all from last night. Oh, I did 2 this morning. I take the images out, put glue on the back of them, and then I stick them down to the paper. And then I fussy cut them. So they're not really stickers anymore because they're stuck on the paper, but I actually prefer it that way because when I go to use them, I want to be able to take an image and set it on a page and move it around and try it out. And when they're sticky on the back, you can't do that. So I turn them into like little die cuts. And so there were some really cool bird images in that. Here's one I did this morning. Now, I don't usually cut around the feet right away because, hi, Nydia, because then they get bent or they tear off. So when I go to use this, I'll take my craft knife and cut that part out. But look at this little guy. Isn't he cute? Anyway, I've got all these that I've cut out, and some of them are really, really pretty. I mean, look at that. Isn't that pretty? So I'm working on the birds. I had 3 full sheets and 1 partial sheet, and I finished the partial sheet, cutting it out. And this is what's left of the last, the 3rd full. And then here's the other 2 that need to be cut out. So I worked on that last night and I love it. Yeah, it just, because now I can put them in, like I can put this in my box with all my bird stuff. And when I'm sorting through it, looking for a bird, I can, I have all these to choose from. Where the other thing is, when they're in the book, they're in various places in the book. Like all the birds aren't together. So you got to flip through every single page of this. And then you got to fussy cut it out because there's too much, extra around it. So the next thing I'm going to do is mushrooms. There's a lot of mushrooms in here. And then there's also a lot of flowers, different floral things. And then there's animals, like there's some squirrels. There's all kinds of categories. Oh, there's a bird. I need to cut that peacock out. I missed that one. So I'm going to put that over here so I remember to do it. And then we've got people and, seashells, all sorts of different things. And then I also have in the back here, I have letters of the alphabet. So I could, put those together. So anyway, I'm going to over time work on getting, there's shoes. There's a lot of shoes in here. Anyway, I'm going to work on getting these out of the books and into a format that I'll be able to use them easily. That's what I worked on last night. Now let's look at what we're going to do today, because this is really cool. All right. We won't need the whole morning for this, so I'm going to work on this for a little bit and then we'll switch over. And I have another idea for another item. All right. See this photo? It's an old vintage photo, but it's all faded. It's really washed out and faded. So I probably wouldn't put that in a journal because it just isn't so great. I had 2 of these photos. I took the other one and here's what I did with it. Look at that. And here's what they look like side by side. I don't know if I can zoom in on that anymore. There we go. Look at that. And I'm going to show you how I did this. But is that not cool? So I darkened it up. I did the sandpaper on it. So I, gave it some texture. And then I took pencil and went over the outlines so that it almost looks like it's a sketched image rather than a photo. I did that one. I don't have the original. This one's got a nice crease in it, but look at that little boy. He was so washed out, you could hardly see him on that beach. And look at him now. Look, I could put him on something. So that's what I want to show you. And I've got a whole little basket here of old pictures. And some of them are really washed out. Well, here's another one of this little boy, but I already got one of him. Got a bunch of him at the beach. Let's find one that's... I could do that one. It's not so bad. Let's see what else I might have in here. Oh, I like that little guy better. Look at that little guy in his sailor suit. But look at how, it's darker over here, but look at how washed out he is here. So we're going to, I know, I do too. I do too. And I'll show you exactly how I did it. So there's a lot of them in here I could use that are just really, really washed out. Like here's one. Look at how washed out that picture is. That would take a while to do it all, so I'm not going to do that on camera. But here's one of this little guy. Looks like a kind of a graduation picture. Oh, that's pretty. Look at that little girl. She would be a pretty one to do. So anyway, I just have a lot of washed out pictures that I want to be able to use, and in their current format, I can't use them. Some of these. Oh, there's one. That would be pretty. Okay, maybe we'll do that one. Oh, that one might be pretty. All right, I'll let you guys choose which one we do. All right. All right. Let's see. I've got A, the little boy in his little sailor suit. I've got B, I've got this lady here. And C, I've got this lady. Do you guys have a preference on which one we do? They'll all come out a little bit different because like this is kind of a matte paper. This is the real shiny photo paper. So they would all come out a little bit different. A, you want the little boy? Okay. All right. This actually is more along the lines of what I had been doing because it's got that real shiny paper. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is take my sandpaper and I'm going to rough up and take off a lot of that shiny. This has texture on it, so it's putting that texture into the photo, which I don't really want right now. So I'm just scratching this whole thing up. And you want to get it pretty good because you want to get a lot of that shiny off the top. I mean, you don't want to go so much that you lose the image, but and what this is going to do is kind of level it out so you don't see like so much washed out and some dark, because we're going to put something over this as well. Let me see. All right, I think that's good. So we've got it good and grungy. Now, what I'm going to do is take my coffee. Yesterday, the ones that I didn't have any more coffee down here. I had poured it all out or took it upstairs or something. So yesterday's pictures, I took some vintage photo and squished it on my table or my ceramic, and then I sprayed a bunch of water with it. Today, I'm going to try coffee. So it's probably not going to be as dark as the other ones. We can do this one and then we can go back and try one with the ink. So this will give it the sepia, but not as much as the ink did. All right, let me dry this really quick. So this is just like we did yesterday with the magazine images. This part is the same. Now you can always come along and put some ink over it in certain spots if you want. All right. So there's that little guy. Let me straighten him out a little. I'm going to put a little more coffee on him. Give him one more coat of coffee. We finished this one, and I can do one in the ink is the same way. You just water down the ink, and it just comes out. You can see it comes out a lot darker than with the coffee. So it just depends on what you want. All right. Boy, we got 4 now. We're getting fewer and fewer people in here, so I'm not sure if we need to kind of take the summer off and let people have their time or keep going, or I'm not sure what we should do. All right. It's all kind of crinkly, but we can straighten that out. It smells funny when you get that ink all wet. And then, all right, so there's the photo. Couldn't use that in a piece of artwork. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my pencil and decide which parts of the photo I want to stand out. And so now you may see my head on this a little bit because I'm bending down, and I'm going really light with this pencil. And it's just a good old number 2 pencil. And I'm just going around. I'm going to outline his clothes first. And then we can go back and add some of the detail in like his hands. And some of it I've lost when I put the ink on it, or when I put the coffee on it. I lost some of the detail. But I have a real sharp pencil, so I can get a real nice point. And see already how good that's looking? Yep, just a pencil. Now, the pencil can be rubbed off, which I kind of like when I'm working, because if I need to go back and rub something off, I can. But you can spray it with a fixative or some hairspray. to set it if you're worried about it rubbing off. Now, I'm going to put in some of his hair. Now see, that's a spot. So I put in his hair with little lines, and then can you see that I rubbed it a little? So it kind of smeared it, made it look more like hair. Okay. Now his eyes are looking pretty dark, so I'll go back with my white gel pen and put some little white dots in his eyes. Now let's do his little shorts. And I'm doing just little sketchy lines. I'm not like putting it down and drawing. I'm just doing real light. See, look at that already. Hey, Cheryl. I know, isn't that cool? And then what I can do is tear around him. I don't have to leave it, I don't have to leave it as a whole picture. Hang on, I cannot. Yeah, the hands are the hardest to do. I'm going to tell you right now. The hands are really hard to do. I just get them. Looks like he has a claw. There. So there's his hand. Now, I don't know where his other hand went. Oh, you know what? I think it might be in his pocket, because I can't see the hand. So it's in his pocket. Okay, so there's the little boy. Now, let me. There we go. See, I put a little white in his eye, so he looks a little more realistic. Now, so the next thing that I have to decide is, and I just mark like wherever there's creases in the clothing or hey, Wendy. I have a package arriving today from you. I'm so excited. I know. Isn't this great? Now, I'm going to take some of this concrete where the yeah, I'm going to put some of the concrete down there that he's standing on. And then let's see. I got the whites of his eyes a little too white. There, that looks better. Now I'm going to tear around this guy. I think in this case, like, because you're making them look like sketches, my personal opinion is that I think they look better torn than in the straight, you know, picture format. There's that. Now, what did I do? There it is. I am taking a picture. Hang on, let me do this, and I'll show you a before and after from another one. The other thing is that by using that sandpaper, you rough up the surface so it will actually take this ink around the edges, because normally ink would just slide right off a photo. So now look at that. Now I can put, okay, I was taking washed out photos like this, Wendy. See how that's all kind of washed out? And I'm doctoring them up so that I can actually use them. See the difference? It's the same. This actually was a photo. This is the exact same thing. And I altered it to make it into something that is usable. And I did the same thing with this little guy. This was a photo that was just really... Now I can add in some of the building behind him. You can put as much detail as you want in here. Now this one I'm going to smear a little because it's kind of in the background. And then, let's see, let's put, so I'm going to go across here because this was the bushes. And then I'm just going to take my finger and smear it a little bit. So it gets a little bit of the hedge definition, but you don't really see the pencil marks. And I think that might be all I'm going to do on him. Now, this still looks a little light to me. So what you can do, I know, isn't this cool? What you can do is we can take a little bit of this and a smaller brush. I think I want to add a little bit darker color like I have on that. Yeah, I think I want to make this a little bit more sepia, a little bit more vintage. So I'm just going around him. To give him a little bit more color. So can you see the difference on the two sides? This side is a lot more patinaed, a lot more vintage looking. So you can make them as dark as you want. You could put a different color on these. If you want to do them in, you know, like a bluish hued background or a green. I'm going over that pencil, so I'm smearing it a little bit, which is fine. All right, let me dry this a little bit. I'm not real happy with his eyes. I may have to play with those a little more. But, you know, you can play around and do whatever, you know, and then maybe some of these, oops, I didn't. See, I lost a bit of his face. There. And so it comes out. Hi, Gwen. Hi, Penny. So this comes out looking like a really old vintage photo, and you can't really see what's in the background. You know, I did have these little cement cracks in the cement highlighted here, and I lost those, but we put them back. And there we go. We have that little photo. So for those of you who just came in, we're altering photos to go from this washed out photo that I could not use to this, which is the same exact photo. They started out exactly the same. And then this is made to look vintage. And then I did some sketching around it with pencil. So it actually looks like a sketched image. And then I did this little boy at the beach. I love him, and I love that there's like a crack across there. He'll be fun to use. And then I've got this little guy that we just did. I love it. And I might even tear him down a little more like I did this one. But we'll see. We'll see when I go to use it. All right, you guys want to do another one, or you want to move on and do something different? I see somebody said, oh, Gwen, not Queen. So you guys tell me, another picture or something else? Yes, please. What? Picture or something else? Something different. Okay. Anybody else want to see another picture? Now's your time to vote. I was playing yesterday with some of those techniques that we were using. And I did, well, this was just a piece of music paper I had left over, and I stenciled with the lilac color and a doily stencil over the top of that. Isn't that pretty? But let me show you what I did. So these were all the ones we did. Oh, I took this one. Maybe we could work on this. So this was this one that we did yesterday. Oops. Hang on a second. I'm all zoomed in. Let me zoom out a little. So Cheryl, this is my new camera. It did come. We could do one more real quick. So this is what we did yesterday. The woman. Okay, we can do that. And I turned it into like, I put some, paper on the inside, and I love that. And then I did this one where I took that same doily stencil that I had before, and I did the rubbing over it. And then I did a wash of gold watercolor over the top of that. And just look at how beautiful that is. I did that one. This is another one. I just had these two little images, and I just rubbed the stencil through it. So now I have a couple little pieces. This was something interesting that I did. This is just plain scrapbook paper. And I took the sandpaper and I rubbed off certain spots. And then I took the ink and put over it. So where you see the dark is where I rubbed the paper down, and the ink caught more in those areas. Isn't that cool? So I just was playing yesterday with all of this stuff. Oh, this one, I just did sandpaper and coffee over it to age it. But then I went around the images, little images, with a black pen just to make them stand out a little more, because I thought they got too faded. So I don't know. I've just been experimenting. Let's do one more picture. Just because there's a lot of people in here now that weren't. So you said the woman. I had two women. Which two or which one, A or B, should we alter? A or B? This one's a real matte. I mean, it's photo paper, but you guys tell me. Leah, which you want? B? This woman? Okay. All right. So the first thing, as usual, the first thing that I'm going to do is go along here and take my sandpaper. So this isn't rubbing off as much because it's not that shiny photo paper, but we'll see how it comes out. So we're just going to take back some of the color. And for those of you who missed yesterday, we did the same thing, but we were doing it on magazine images. And more. We were doing this and more on magazine images. All right. Let's try the coffee first. just don't think the coffee gets it really dark enough. You know what I have, though? I have some of this distress ink. I wonder if I put a thimble full of that, or a dropper full of that. Oh yeah, there we go. Into the coffee and get it just a little bit darker. In fact, what I might want to do, because she's still looking a little pale, I like for it to be like fairly dark like the other ones were that I did. There we go. Because it'll catch in all the little cracks and crevices, and I like this darker color better. So coffee for me isn't dark enough. I just want to get okay. All right, let's dry her. And you can do this obviously to your own taste. You don't, I like it a little darker, you might not. And this is cool. Look at all the cracks that are down like in her dress, making it look really old. This is Harriet Davis Faring. That's who that picture is. And if you get it too dark and you don't like it that dark, I hear it, you can sand it off some more. And you can use, I'm using sandpaper. You can use those little green scratchy things you use in the kitchen, the Scotch stuff. You can use, you can use anything. You can use steel wool. You can use a nail file. Anything that's scratchy, a little sanding block, anything to scratch back that okay, there we go. Getting a nice little mop-up paper there. All right, I'm gonna try to straighten her out a little. All right, so there's Miss Harriet. Doesn't look like much, does she? But we're gonna take the pencil. I'm gonna go around her dress first. Now, when you when you sand and then you put the ink or coffee or whatever you're going to put on it, you lose some of the details. So you might want to, I keep saying I'm going to do this and then I don't do it. You might want to take a picture before you start working on your piece, because you may forget where some of the details go and you may not be able to really see them well on your image. Like, I think this is a little ruffle along there. And then what I try to do is just go along all, like wherever there's like a pleat or something, like see we've got some detail there. And if that's too much detail, you can take your finger on it and rub it off. So let's go down this side. And I'm barely touching the pencil to the paper. It's a number 2 pencil, so it's got, you know, you don't have to press really hard. I think that's where her arm would go. All right, now let's do the tough part. This is her hair. And this I probably will smudge. Okay, see how she's turning out? And I love this extra coffee I put on up here. And then you can tear out around her if you think she's, you know, doesn't need to be on this whole big card. She looks kind of funny right now because I just outlined her chin and I don't have any other features in her face. Faces and hands are the hardest to do. So I'm just sort of giving her that feathered look. And then she's got some eyebrows. And then some eyes, and we'll go back and put some little whites in her eyes. Hey, Ava. Hi, Darla. See, when I put that white in there, because everything else is so brown, it looks funny. It makes them look like they're like evil. That's better when I put a little pencil over it. It's just that bright white on all of this. It makes them look like they're demonic, and that's their eyes shining through. Jawline might be a little too. Now there's probably a little bit of shadow under her jawline. Now, if faces are tough for you, you can always stick to like florals or animals or things like that. I mean, it's meant to look like a sketch. It's not meant to look like the real thing, but what do you think? What do you guys think? Yay, nay? Give me your honest feedback. Like it, not like it. Now, this is very different because it didn't have the same color, but it's got a lot of brown and yeah, that's probably all that I would do to it. Maybe I would tear around her. She doesn't have, oh, hang on a second. I see what's going on here. That makes more sense. Okay, so she's got, this is her neckline on her dress. This is her neckline on her dress, and then this is like a necklace. That looks better. Okay, hang on. I'm just tweaking her. I'm not doing such a great job on this jawline, unfortunately. I'm no artist, let me just tell you that. And her mouth. That looks horrible. Just like a straight line. Let me give her some lips. I think those lips are too big for her face. Oh, I'm so bad. I'm so bad at drawing. That mouth is way too big for her face. Let me get down to where I have a good eraser on this. The good news is I can erase it and start over. There, that's better. I am not an artist, you guys, by any means. These other ones were easier because they didn't have as much detail. I think I just need to redo this whole face. I need to take it off and redo it. But you guys get the idea. If you're a much better artist than I am, then your pieces will come out better. I am no artist. And I think that this piece right here is just going to go up on my wall as a grand failure because I am not an artist. There she is. She looks like damn Frankenstein. Oh my Lord. Oh my Lord. You know what I should do with this? Hang on a sec. I know I'm not an artist, you guys, so cut me a little slack because I am not an artist. Never claimed to be. Well, not a portrait artist. Hang on. I'm looking for a person here that I can make this into some whimsical art. Oh, come on. Any other time if I didn't. Yeah, that goes in a Halloween journal. Oh my gosh, that's horrible. At least we can laugh about it, right? You got to be able to laugh at yourself or you don't have a chance in this lifetime. But you guys get the idea. That's why you wanted me to do this lady, because she's so lesson learned. Smaller images are easier to do because they I'm gonna look for a head on a lady and our state. Let's see if we have something in here. Oh my gosh, that was hideous. Good morning, cat. Oh my gosh. I cannot draw a cat. I am laughing my tail off here because I cannot draw. It's too little. I cannot draw to save my soul. Those are all too little, but one of those would have been good on there. Anyway, I'll have to find one. So this is really cool. Do you see this bear? Well, they're not done like this. They're done like black bears on all fours. So, oh, I know. I am hideous. All throughout Hendersonville, every year, people make these they're big black bears. And they paint them and put different patterns on them and just, have fun with them. And they sit out in the town all summer long. So when you're walking downtown, there's all these different bears, they're really cool. And then at the end of the year, they auction them off before winter comes. And then I don't know what that money goes for, but I want to try something here. Oh my gosh, she is hysterical. She is hysterical. There's my little scissors. I had them out. Well, let's not worry about the little scissors. Bye, Penny. What if we put her on there? Yeah, we could do that. I could find a mask to decorate her face. Maybe that would be more appropriate. That poor woman. She's probably rolling over in her grave saying, what the hell is that woman doing to my face? Oh, Lordy. This is too much fun. Let's see, there's got to be some masks in here. Oh, there's one, but it's too big. And it's like a tribal mask. Okay, I'll keep looking for a fun mask to put on her face. Ooh, look at this. Look at this. You guys, I think this is going to be cool. She looks scary. She does. This part down here is okay. But holy cow, I cannot draw faces. I never have been able to. I can put colors and images together and, you know, shapes and there we go. What about that? I can even cut it down a little more here. Now she looks like a creature from outer space. Oh, I'm just getting silly now. All right, we still have her. We still have her. Anyway, I'll play with it a little more. But the point is, and for you guys who just came in and wondered what in the world am I doing, I am taking images, like I had this image that was all washed out. I had two of these. It was all washed out. And so I took the second one and I altered it with coffee or ink. And then I sketched around him to make him look like a sketched, kind of looks like he's been sketched onto there from that. So that's what and then we had this one from this morning. And then I had this one from yesterday that I made. The head is turned wrong, I know. So everybody wanted to see this one done. And so I tried it, but as you can see, it was a major, major, major fail. We could cut out her face and put over that. I think I actually have more than one of that. I don't know. Anyway, I'll figure out something to do with it. Yeah, I'm not gonna do another one right now, but you guys, and you can play if you are better at drawing faces. See, this guy's face is so tiny and the details are not big enough to really see, so I could do him. And the same with this little boy. Now this one, the eyes are all screwed up, so I need to do something different for the eyes. But and then we tried this bigger one. She kind of looks like my dad's girlfriend. That's funny. Not that my dad's girl, that was bad. That was a bad thing to say. Not that there's anything wrong with my dad's girlfriend. She doesn't look like this, but she's got the short hair like this, and she's kind of got the face, same general shape. Oh my word, I'm just digging my hole deeper. Bye, KK. Well, I'm glad I could give you guys a laugh today. I'm just making it worse. I'll find a face to put on there, or I'll just throw this away, or I'll just put it up on my, I'll just put it up on my board as a fail and laugh at it every time I look at it. Oh my gosh, you got to be able to laugh at yourself, right? There, I put in the lines between the nose and the mouth. You know how you have those laugh lines? That made it all better, right? That made it all better. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh my gosh. That is so funny. That is too funny. Oh my gosh. All right, you guys. So I love how this got all distressed in the background and all this. I love all of that. Leah Foy. Hey. Oh, she does look that bad. Look at her up close. my gosh. Give her some eyelashes. There's a few eyelashes. Oh my god. Oh my word. I am no artist, you guys. This has been hilarious this morning. And here I was going to show you this great, neat technique. And it really is, if you get the right image or if you have more skills than I do. Oh my word. That is hideous. That woman's rolling over in her grave. It's hideous. Oh my goodness. All right, let's put her aside because I can't laugh all day long. What a way to start the morning. Oh, we're an hour and 11 minutes. The other thing I was going to do, I know what we can do. I was going to do the give me a list of items and I'll make something with it. But I think what I really want to do, so this is from yesterday. Oh my goodness, that thing is so hideous. This was a bedroom scene, you guys. This is the door. Here's a handle. This right back in here was the bed. There's a little piece of artwork up on the wall here. This was a magazine image. And then this was the little ottoman at the end of the bed. So we worked our magic on this, and this is what it came out to be. And I love this piece. Now see, this kind of stuff I Oh my god. I was sorry. That girl is so hideous. Oh my god. Oh, I'm sorry. I snorted. Oh, you guys, I'm crying. This was the most fun morning I've ever had on ABB. Oh. All right. I'm having a moment or two. I know this is the best live ever, isn't it? Oh my gosh. So anyway, I want to put something on this and make this. I covered it with paper on the inside, and I just love this piece. I absolutely love it. So I want to find something to put on it. Now, I did. Oh, look at those two. Now, doesn't that look pretty on there? Oh my gosh. Giggle fest. I know. You guys have never heard me laugh like that. I used to, when my son was little, I would get into these laughing fits and I couldn't stop. Like I was just doing, and then just thinking of it sends me into another laughing fit. And my husband and my son it would make them laugh. Oh, but I couldn't stop. I'd laugh so much my chest hurt. I haven't had a good laugh like that in a long, long time. Oh my word. And I have to just not think about her. I know, isn't this pretty? This came from, I'm trying to pull out the extra feathers here because I didn't cut it all the way down. What I was showing earlier is that I have these books. You know, we all have them, right? And then when you're getting ready to work on a project, you don't think to pull out the book and leaf through every page. I didn't have any coffee this morning, April. Maybe that's the problem. Oh my word. Well, at least no one can say that I can't laugh at myself. So you have those books and they have some really pretty images on them, but most of the time they just sit on the shelf. So what I did, and I've already done it with the butterflies, is I went through and took out all the butterflies and put them, and then, so I took out the stickers and I just glued them to sheets of paper. So they're no longer stickers, but I actually like it better that way with them not being stickers, because then I can audition them and move them around till I get them where I want them. And, you know, and then I fussy cut them out, and then I can put them in with all my other butterflies, so I actually use them. Well, last night I sat down and did the birds. I got them all out. I have 2 books. I got them all out of both books. I had 3.5 pages worth. And now I've been fussy cutting. And so these are the ones that I've already fussy cut. Yeah, because, and the other thing is, if you're looking for a bird, they're scattered all throughout those books. It's not like you can go to one page and get birds. You got to look on every page. So these are the ones I've cut out already. Isn't that pretty? But I had this one and I thought, oh, isn't that pretty on the front of that with the swirlies coming out? Oh, Lordy. Now, you know what's going to happen, you guys, is I'm going to have to go upstairs and tell my husband about it, and I'll be cackling all over again. But y'all won't have to listen to it. Oh, everybody needs a really good laugh first thing in the morning. I'm telling you. Gets the blood pumping. It's contagious, isn't it? All right, does it need anything behind it? I kind of don't think so. I think it looks good just like that. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Remind me never to try to do portraits again. I know, it really is perfect. Oh, my word. Well, if you ever need a good laugh, go in and mark the timestamp where the cackling was happening. You can pull up this video and laugh along. If you're feeling sad and need a good laugh. Oh, Lordy. All right. You're going to watch it and save it. Oh, my goodness. Oh, get his beak down. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Does that need lace or anything on it? Some lace across the bottom or some rickrack, or just leave it well enough alone? We've got it forever now. Yes, you are. Yes, you do. Yeah, it is a good idea. And if you can, oh gosh, I'm going to start again. If you can draw better than I can, you'll you'll be doing a lot better. Oh my gosh. All right, you guys, we're at an hour and 20. I know, isn't that just pretty? And that is a magazine image. And if you guys missed yesterday, you should go back and watch because we did some really cool things yesterday with magazine images. This being one of them. This was my favorite. This one, remember, had the blue wash. I took the blue ink and diluted, made it real watery, and we did the wash over it, and we had the stencil behind it where we took the sandpaper and turned it white. And then I did this is the stencil behind too. And then I did some stenciling on top. The whole thing came out really pretty. Oh, some things I can do without turning them into a hysterical mess. Oh my gosh, that was funny, you guys. Every time I think about that today now, I will start chuckling, I guarantee you. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and let us go so I can go upstairs and pour myself a cup of coffee now. I think I need it. Thank you for hanging out with me today. This was, I don't know if it was fun for you, but it was fun for me. So I thank you for hanging out, and we'll see you tomorrow. And I will figure out something fun. I don't know if we'll end up having as much fun as today, but we'll figure out something for tomorrow. Oh my God. Oh, for yesterday's, Leah? Absolutely. Go back. We did some cool stuff yesterday. All right. Everybody have a wonderful day. Stay out of the heat. And I love you all. Thank you for laughing along with me, because I know, even though I couldn't hear you, I know you were laughing with me. Maybe even some of you were laughing at me. And that's okay. I will see you all tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Love you all. Thumbs up, please.